Yokoso otakus, we just got back from Japan, and today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. You're not going to be able to see my face. I'm going to show off the things that I got. And the reason why I'm doing this video very first is because I want to put this stuff away. So I got all this stuff out, and we're going to check it out. I'm going to break it into different categories. So I'm going to have chapters in the video. If you want to go and go to whatever chapter is most interesting to you, you can do that. I'm going to break it up by stores, basically. So with that, we're going to start off with one of the smallest stores. I went to Yokohama, and they had a little pop-up for Good Smile. And so at Good Smile, they had these cool little figures that came out. And I got the Neon Genesis Evangelion one. There was a couple of them, but she was the one that was in stock. And I really like how they're like a 2D figure. And they look really good. They're painted really good. The other one you guys are going to like a ton. I got Joker from Persona 5. And the Persona 5 model is very good looking, actually. Now, you guys know on the page I've been kind of bitter about Persona lately, but I thought this was just a cool little figure for my SMT collection. And their heads kind of move, so you can like pose them, like put their heads places. They don't move back and forth. They just go to the side so you can tilt their heads, which I guess is cute. But these are the two things I got from that store, which is pretty cool. Another really cool store I go to every year. It's my go-to. Went to ANIMATE. And this doesn't look like all that much stuff, but it actually is, and it was really expensive. So these are my favorite things. If you know what they are, you know what they are. We're going to open them up, and I'll show them off. So these are clones, and they come in these really cool boxes. This is the Attack on Titan one, and it is Levi. There's a couple different Levi scents. So I went ahead and got the one that smelled the best, because they have little samples. They're these little bottles you can kind of shake and smell. They're really cool. These are like $50 a bottle in Japan with conversion. They're like $80 or more online, so I bought a whole bunch of them. That's why I got so many of these. This one here is the Rengoku from Demon Slayer. So far, I've only used the Levi one and one other one. So I had a little bit of a recording issue, so hopefully that didn't mess up. But this is the Persona 3 for the main character one. Like I said, I'm not a big scent guy. Like, I enjoy to smell good, but I don't know it well enough where I can sit there and be like, oh, this smells like this and this smells like this. So I'm just showing the physicality of it. Got a Freerin one, and this is Himmel's. So there's two Freerin scents. One of the scents was the female main character, and the other one was Himmel. This one comes with this really cool card. I've never opened this up before, so I actually didn't know that this has a card. That's a pretty neat thing to see. You know, the Persona one has a card too, so now I'm wondering if they all have cards now, because I've never had cards from these before. That would be kind of cool. I can collect all the cards, I guess. Leave it to Japan. There's no card in the Rengoku one, so I think maybe that's a new thing that they've started doing to get more people interested in it all. The last one here is Attack on Titan, and this is Kawaru Nagisa. This one has a card too. This actually has a really interesting case too, so that's the character there. He's not my favorite character or anything like that. He's just had the best scent. And this is actually really interesting how this bottle is wrapped. And it has a black topper on it. So that's actually way more premium than what I'm used to for these. That's cool. Stepping up their game. And if you're wondering, these are all made by the same company. That's why they all look the same. The last thing I got was at the register, and this is a badge holder, and it's JoJo themed. I'm a big JoJo fan, and I'm using an Ace Attorney one right now from the last trip that I took. So I'm going to upgrade it to JoJo. Another thing I left out from the Animate was I got a acrylic standee for 100 Line Defense Academy, as you can see. There wasn't very many characters to pick from. This was the one that I thought was the coolest. And I also got the main character from Shootin' Order. And they actually had a number of these, not my favorite characters, but a number of these. I didn't want to get a set, so I didn't get the Angels. Also, I don't know where they're going in the story because we still haven't beat that game yet. We will get there. And yeah, so I just thought this was kind of a cool little acrylic standee with the base. So one of the things I was most excited about was, and actually a big reason why we went during the time that we went to Japan, not only is it around my birthday, but Hell's Paradise is going on. Season 2 just came out, which I'm right about to watch after this video is over. I'm very, very excited. I'm a big fan of the anime, big fan of the manga. And yeah, so this is a bag that you could get at there, and it's got the Japanese logo. It's different title in Japan, obviously. And it just has this mesh pocket on the front, which is kind of cool. And then inside is just one single bag. All right, so at the Hell's Paradise store, I got a pretty big number of things. I will say that almost all of these were gacha related. I pulled 2 of these guys. So one of them I opened up to use. The other one I will probably just keep bagged and I will give away in a giveaway or something like that. Kind of a bummer to get double pulls, but honestly, during this trip, I had the worst luck with gachas, and I got, like, I think even in the Squid Game stuff we'll look at later, I got a triple pull on something, which was really a bummer. I got this. They call it a SMS style art, so it's, you know, looks like the old cell phone stuff, which is kind of cool. And the crossover for Hell's Paradise, they were all dressed in streetwear. So they have kind of a special streetwear design. I got the main character, Gabimaru, in streetwear, which is really hilarious. He looks kind of cool. Like that, though, so I'm a fan of it. It's neat, and they come with stands, so I'll be setting up a little Hell's Paradise section in my collection. I also got her, and I don't know why I always forget her name, but she's just, you know, the traditional purple-haired antagonist that you see in shows all the time, who's sadistic. She's also a shinobi in the show, and her fit's all right, too, but I just thought they were kind of neat, and I wanted to get stuff from the store. I also got these keychains, and I'll show these off a little bit better. So, well, here's actually the one that earlier we had this guy that I showed you. So that was the unopened one that I'm going to give away to somebody, or if I send it with the stuff that I bought for people. And then I got her, so I was really happy to get her because she's like one of my favorite characters. Now, like I said, this is gacha, and I was really interested. So the girl who, you know, for being a show that I really love, I cannot remember their damn names, but the main executioner girl, she was the really popular one. So there was almost nothing in stock for her. So I was really lucky to get this of her because she's like the rare one that everybody wants really bad, I guess. Sagiri is her last name. And when you buy stuff at the store, they give you a set of like Gashapon cards. And so I got a double pull, and then this was the single pull. So I got 3 for all the purchases that I made. They're kind of cool. So like I said before, I got the Squid Game experience event tickets, and me and Bree went and did that. That will probably be the first video that I post because they let us film the entire event, which was absolutely amazing. I had a really, really great time with it, and it was awesome. And there's some really fun stuff in that video where your boy kicked some serious butt. So you want to stay tuned for that. But as far as the objects go, I like to collect socks. So I got player 456 socks. And these are kind of thin, but they do feel like they're pretty well made. And the printing on them seems to be embedded into the fabric a little bit. So they're pretty good quality socks. And these are embroidered on, which also makes for a really good quality sock. So I expect these to last quite a while, other than the thinness. And then I also got the X's and O's because I think this is a really classic design. I had to take these off my feet, but I got a pair of house slippers. I'm a really big fan of house slippers, and we've been starting to use them since we've been traveling to Japan more because I just really like it. So these are really nice, actually. These are my highest quality ones. The last one I got were some Squid Game ones, and they were just so beat up and ripped up and torn up and stuff. These are way more high quality, so, and actually way more comfortable too. So these are really nice, and now I have a nice pair of clean house slippers to wear around and not muck up the house. If you guys aren't doing this, you're sleeping on it. It's actually a really great way to keep your house clean, and they can be extremely comfortable and enjoyable to wear. I also got some shot glasses, and I don't take shots, nor do I really like shot glasses at all, but I just thought they were kind of fun. This one says "You win" and has a funny little design there. And they're all Netflix branded because it was technically an official event. They're a lot more lightweight than you'd think for being glass, but any Japanese glass I've ever had before has been pretty robust, so they should stay in good shape. And the one that goes along with it is the I Survived one, which is another reason why I wanted to get it. Super, super touristy thing to do, but I just thought it was a lot of fun, so I thought I would get it. Do something silly for once. So I thought this was an ornament at first. This is actually not an ornament at all. This is, it's got this neat little design here and everything, but literally it's a mirror. And I don't have a whole lot of reason to have a mirror, like at all, unless I want to do like that weird YouTuber thing. If you guys have seen people that do synthesizer stuff, they're like, "Oh, look at my little mirror." I guess I could use it for that, but I just thought it was a neat little design. I'll be giving this to a coworker. These got pulled in a gacha. These are these really nice, actually super high quality, very thick rubber coasters, drink coasters. And this is where my gacha luck was absolutely awful. So I got one of these, and I got 3 of these, which is terrible. So I have to give 2 of these to my coworker because I want to have one of them that isn't exactly the same as the rest of them. In a gacha pull for pins, I got this absolute gem. We got, I think, was it Suhi? Or I don't remember her name, but the little girl, the hide and seek robot, which was really fun. And we played hide and seek, and we got to see the robot. You'll see that in the video. We did terrible, though. Got a keychain here that just says game over and has a random little design there. There's nothing on the back, but it is a really nice keychain. This was a gacha pull as well. And I picked out a sticker for myself. This was the one that I thought had the best design. So, I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's like retro looking, but also just, I don't know, has all the good stuff featured that you'd want to see featured. So that's what I got from the Squid Game event. Moving to a more boring but good thing to have on my list. I got a lot of books at different places, actually. At the airport before we left, I ended up picking up this Frieren set of novels. Now, I like Frieren a lot, but the real reason why I got this is because these are children's novels. And they actually have the furigana on them, too. So, comes with a cute little poster, which is really nice. But all in all, they're children's Japanese books with pictures and everything. And so I thought this would be a really good opportunity to do some translation myself in hopes of learning the language a little bit better and giving me more things to kind of be excited about and just kind of see what a young reader's novel would look like and what the process of reading it would be. They have these really nice covers on them, and then the insides are really plain. And I actually find this to be the case with a lot of books. But I got number 1, number 2, and number 3 from that series. And they all have kind of nice covers and artwork and everything like that. So that was kind of cool. They're also incredibly cheap. That's another thing I want to mention. So this is one of the more expensive ones at 750 yen. The other ones are like 700 yen or something. So really cheap over everything. Some other learning books here. I got my first kanji book. I also got the kanji starter, and they're just mini books, and the starter 2. And these are really cool because, they'll help me learn some kanji. They're pretty simple and straightforward and easy to read and learn from. I'm not quite to the level of needing to learn kanji yet, but I thought it wouldn't be the worst thing to just start peeking at it and getting some ideas about what different things look like and everything. And kanji starter 2 basically looks the same. There's a whole lot of kanji. I'll be learning kanji for the rest of my life, well beyond anything else I do. Moving into manga, I got the first issue of JoJo Lands, and this is, the newest, and actually, as I understand it, the very last JoJo series that is out for JoJo, which I'm a big JoJo fan, and that makes me kind of sad, but Araki is getting old, and this is set to be very, very long at the pace he's going, so he'll probably write it till he passes. the mad lad he is. And I also got some Hunter x Hunter. I've been watching the anime. We're just about done with it. And so I just thought I would check out this manga and figure out what I could learn from it as far as Japanese language stuff goes. So kind of excited to have some of that. So I've been here a couple times, and this will be kind of shocking to you, but I went to the Nintendo store, and I didn't buy a whole lot of stuff. But I did get these original Famicom controllers that work with the Switch and work with emulation and stuff, and I can do 2-player with them, because there's 2. Or I could give one to my buddy Jace if he wanted one. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. I got some other stuff for him, too. Another thing I want to mention is I do not have any of the gifts that I'm giving people in here at all. So there is a couple other things that I got, but they're gifts for people, and they are. I'm not going to flex all that out. Also got the Super Famicom controller, one of my favorite controller designs in the history of the world. I really, really love this controller. I don't know why. The red, yellow, blue, and green control buttons just make me so happy. And what was really cool about this is I got it for like extremely cheap. I think it was like $15 by the time it was said and done. For both of these controllers, I had to prove that I had a Nintendo Switch account, which I'm assuming they used for the purposes of the discount. Also got some Zelda socks. I always get Zelda socks every time I'm there. I know I've really fallen out of love with Zelda over the years. Breath of the Fire, Breath of the Wind, and all that stuff. It's just not really my thing as far as Zelda goes, and I know they're just so beloved, but not for me. So these socks will be really nice. I have a green set that I got a couple years ago. Every year I've gone, I have gotten a Splatoon hat, and this year is no exception. Except for instead of having a really nice flex fit, cool hat, they've now moved on to giving us dad hats, dad hat kind of hats. And honestly, it feels kind of yucky. I'm not really a big fan of the hat, but since I get a hat from Splatoon every single year I'm there, I did like the bill, though. I thought the bill was a really good touch. That's everything I got from the Nintendo store. We also went to the Pokemon store, and surprisingly, I got way more stuff than I thought I would. I got some little chips for myself, some cookies. These are actually kind of big cookies. They're pretty good. They did get smashed up a little bit, but not too bad, really. And they taste good, too. They're actually really good chips. They're not quite a Chips Ahoy, and they're not kind of like so much a cheap soft cookie that you get like at a gas station or whatever. Also got some suckers. And I get these every year. They're super cheap. They're like 700 yen or something like that for them, and you get a whole bunch. They're just all the different characters. I think they're all Pikachu heads, but just a bunch of different flavors. There's soda and green apple and cola and strawberry and banana. One of the cooler things I got is Pokemon Goita. I think that's how you say it, Goita. And it is some sort of a board game that I guess they play in Japan. We kind of thought it would be like Go or something like that. It's 2 versus 2 player, I guess. But the box looked really cool, and we haven't opened it and played it yet. But they have these kind of cool chips. And yes, the instructions are in English. There's a big board that you use here. And then a bunch of these little chips, which all look pretty cool, too. All right, so I'm just going to show the big boys off because they're cumbersome in my hands, but I also got some plushes. So this one, Bree told me I just have to get because she wants me to actually resell it, because apparently while they're everywhere in Japan and they're all really cheap, I guess people pay an absolute savage mint for these on eBay. I don't know if that's true or not. I was just listening to what she said. Regardless, it's a super cute plush. So I picked him up. If he ends up not being worth that much, I'll probably just keep him, or maybe we'll do like a giveaway with the new Pokemon game that comes out. I don't know. We'll see how that shakes out. The one thing I absolutely had to get, and we traveled far and wide for him, not really, but we left the airport when we got there before we left, and ran off to central Tokyo to go to Nihonbashi And I got the Kabuki Pikachu. He is so cool. And the reason why I really wanted to get him so bad was because not only is he just super amazing, but last time we were in Japan, we watched Kabuki Theater and saw an actual traditional, real cultural event. And it was amazing and it was incredibly memorable. And it's something that I'm really fond of having memories of. And we didn't get any merch or anything for it. And so I just like this idea of having a Pikachu that encapsulates that time that we had. I fell in love with these socks also. I got Lapras socks. And if you don't know, Lapras is one of 3 of my favorite Pokemon. I like Lapras, Growlithe, and Arcanine. And so I got these socks. They are super thick and just wildly comfortable. I'm wearing them as we watch this video. I bought 2 pairs. So I'm really excited to have those. I also got stickers. I'm a big fan of Mew as well. I don't know if I count him exactly as one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, but I got a Mew sticker, which is the same sticker that I have, but bigger. And I've never seen such a large size before. Bree also got me a Lapras one too, which matches my one on the back of my phone, which looks like that. So it's like that, but this size, and this is actually a good way to see the size difference. The Mew sticker was the same size as this sticker, and so that's how much bigger it is. It's actually way bigger. And if you don't know, nobody really knows because I haven't really told anyone, but my favorite Pokemon trainer, I don't really like gym leaders at all. I've never had like a over association, but the snowboarding winter one in, was it Pokemon Scarlet, I think? Violet? One of those. I got the gym leader, and there's some of the snowflakes that show out there, and then the gym leader's main Pokemon. To go along with that, I also had to get this giant and amazing acrylic, which is really cool. I don't know what I want to do with this yet, because Pokemon is really tricky in the way that they make these awesome acrylics, and most of these amazing acrylics that you buy in Japan or really anywhere are just clear plastic and you pop the pieces out. But this has this beautiful artwork that goes with it. So it's like, how am I supposed to take this apart? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. And the very last thing to show off, I have 2 of these. I don't know where my other one is. I had a DX one too. But we have the gym badge. And this one was from the Mega Tokyo one that Nihonbashi won. Nihonbashi or Nipponbashi? Really cool design. I guess I can't zoom in any farther because my camera will defocus it. But these are neat little pins, and I got 2 of them. This one and the DX one. So unlike last year where I got a whole bunch of stuff from the Shonen Jump store, this year I just got curry. I got the last 2 Kaiju number 8 curries that they had. Because after I bought these, they never restocked them again. I'm not going to open them up, but we do eat these, and we do enjoy them a lot. So I did get 2 packs of the curry. The last ones we got last year, they do a bunch of themed curry. They are good. They're not great, but they are good, and it's just a fun thing to do. They're super cheap, too. I can't remember how much they are, but they're not much. We got some Kaiju number 8 curry. Sometimes they come with, like, stickers and stuff in them, too. They're just fun to have. The boxes got ruined in shipping, but oh well. And then the other little thing I got is a Dan washcloth. And if you guys know anything about Japan, you know, sometimes the hair dryer or the air dryers are broken for drying your hands, or they don't have paper towels. They like never have paper towels, actually. And so having one of these is really, really good to have. They are very, very, very handy. I always have one with me, and I can't tell you how many times I've had to use them. So if you're going to travel to Japan yourself, on the first store you go to, pretty much every theme store for anything, Ghibli, Pokemon, Shonen Jump, One Piece, everything you go to will have these for sale. They're very cheap. They're very handy. Get yourself one with your favorite character on it and be able to dry your hands when you're all done. They are amazing to have and very easy to just keep on you. I'm going to jump into some really, really small, random knick-knack things that I picked up on the trip, and we'll just go through these really quick. Went through B-Side Labels, which is the name of that company that makes the stickers, and I got some Kaiju number 8. I got Ashina and the kaiju form of Kefka there. And I really like these. They're little charms, and they have these cool keychains you can get that are like a metal circle that you can attach them to. I didn't get those. Bree got some, but that's what you're supposed to use them for, I guess, is what I found out. Also, B-side labels, that's just an ad for them that they hand out. And on the back, it shows all the different locations. You can get them all over the place, everywhere. But along with that, I got some stickers. I actually bought the bulk of them for Bree, but I got myself a little JoJo one. Got myself Giyu from Demon Slayer, so pretty much all my favorite characters. I couldn't pick out which Frieren one I wanted, and so I ended up with Frieren stuck in the Mimic, which is just amazing. I got this incredibly beautiful Evangelion one with the 001 unit. Got a little Pochita, because everyone needs a little Pochita. And I was so excited to find a Taito drum in there. And as part of it, they let you pick a sticker. I don't know. It seemed like they did it with everyone, but the way they acted with us is they're like, "Oh, are you a foreign visitor? We have stickers. You can pick one of two." And it was really funny. Bree picked the exact same one as me, so I can't show you the other one. But that's what we got at B-side labels. I went to buy Gundam, and weird story to tell you guys. I didn't buy any Gundam, but at Bic Camera, I did get Gundam markers. I got me some markers. I got some Real Touch markers and just some Pour type markers. I've never used markers before, but I thought they'd be nice to have in my kit and cool to have and cheap here in Japan. So I got a whole set of those. I'm not showing everything off from this because he's kind of hard to show. I'll get the model out too, but we went to I'll just call it the Cat Shrine. It's like the Gotosuji Temple or something like that, I think is what it's called. But here they have these really cool stamp books that I've never seen like this before. But it's basically just like a big poster. And so you can fill it all out on these panels. And then I guess technically when you're done, you could like fold it out if you wanted to, or maybe not. Maybe they're just double-sided and they made so that the ink doesn't leak. Starting at the back, we went there. I have to cover up my name and address and stuff just in case this gets lost. I put that on there. But we got 2 stamps from that place, which was really cool. They had one. They had 2 of them right at the train station when you come in. They're train stamps is basically where you'll find them. And I got this one too. I thought they both turned out really nice. And I said I would show a video of this, and I never actually made a video. I did eventually get to the Yakuza vending machine. You'll see that in a video that I'll post probably quite a bit later. But I got the big wallet, and it's less of a wallet and more of like a money bag or like a receipts bag. But anyway, it's a Yakuza SEGA branded money wallet, and got the cool tattoo design there, so that's neat. Another really random thing that I got was a little miniature bonsai tree. And this one is supposed to be like a Japanese maple bonsai, I guess. I've never successfully done one of these before, and for some crazy reason, I decided, you know what? I'll try it again. I'll try it again. One of these days, maybe I will become a bonsai master and learn the art of bonsai, but we'll have to see on that one. And then to finish it off, I got to show, this is the cat from the temple. They're really, really cool. And they're all lined up. I'll have probably some video. Well, I'll definitely have video footage and everything of that, but they are just beautiful. And they're ceramic. This was a number 7. They do get way bigger. They get all the way, I think, to 12 or maybe 10. No, they get to 12, I think. And Bree bought the 9. They were sold out of some of them. And I wanted to bring some back as gifts. And they are actually really clever. And they said that it's just 1 per person. So that's actually really cool. That makes it so that everybody has one. We showed up pretty early in the morning, the first day of our trip, basically, our first full day. And I'm very proud to have this and very happy to have it. Little Maneki Neko, lucky cat. So one place that was suggested to me, and we went to the Yokohama one, and I was actually incredibly disappointed. We went to a place called SURUGA, and it basically has a bunch of used merch. from a bunch of different animes and video games and everything like that. I found the JoJo Bizarre Adventure Famicom game, and it was way more expensive than I wanted to pay for it. I also found the old school Shin Megami Tensei games on the Famicom as well, or Super Famicom. I own them, so I just checked them to see if I was really losing my mind about these prices, and I found that they were significantly more than what I paid buying them online from the States. So I didn't get any video games there, and I was pretty pissed off. But in the deal section, not really, I mean, there's no deal section, but in one of the sections, I found these really cool pieces of Licorice Recoil art. And if you guys know anything about my anime tastes, Licorice Recoil was huge in our house. I was absolutely obsessed with it. It was like one of my favorite shows that came out in quite a while. I was very, very excited. If you haven't seen this show, I highly suggest it. It's a ton of fun, and it's got a bunch of cute waifus. Not really. They're students, so don't be weird, but they're really cool. And I really like these artworks. And they're just little, they're plastic, actually. Even the fronts actually feel like they're plastic, or they're wrapped tightly with something. But I just like the designs, and we need a bunch of stuff that fills the little spaces in our house. And so these are perfect for that. I'm looking forward to figuring out a good place for those and putting those up. These are super cheap. I think it was like $16 for them. As I understand it, these were gacha pull items, and it was the entire set. They were all wrapped and everything when I got them, but I opened them all up because I'm going to use them. I'm a collector that uses the items he collects. And I told Brie I wasn't going to show anything that she got during this trip, but Brie got me this. I'm a huge fan of Growlithe and just obsessive with Hisuian Growlithe. Even when he came out, I was already a big Growlithe fan, and I was so excited. And Brie found this amazing thing for me. I don't know if you can hear the bell or not, but it has a little bell. It's a Hisuian Growlithe ornament. And he's so cute. I don't think he is hand-painted, but he has the appearance of being hand-painted. He is very, very quality painted. There's a little blocker in there that stops the bell, but there's a little bell in him. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I don't know if this is an ornament. I think it's a bell. I think it's actually just a bell. Huh. Well, I guess it's a bell, not an ornament. That's hilarious. Okay. I'm an idiot, and I don't ever hide that in my videos, so that's fine. Very cool. I'm very happy to have this. Makes me very excited. And this box is really great, too. I really can't overstate how neat this box is. Just a really good design. All right, the last stuff is part of, I have two things that are very, very exciting. The most exciting stores that I went to, the things I think that you would like to see the most, the SEGA store and JoJo World. I got a lot of merch there. I got much more at JoJo World than at the SEGA store. got Koromaru Persona 3 Reload acrylic, and I don't know if I can show it off on the camera. You can see it down here, but on the actual design, there's like kind of a rainbow effect to which really it just doesn't show up in the design. I don't think. Oh, maybe a little bit. You could no, not really. Anyway, so I haven't got to see these myself other than this front card. So obviously we have SMT4, SMT4A. That's actually amazing. I love that. SMT5. Are you ready? That's kind of stupid. Also, now on sale on a postcard is actually really lame. The backs are cool though. They say Shin Megami Tensei and have some smudge work. I don't know what that's all about. Some SMT5 with what looks like to be fan art. And I'm not going to lie, this one in particular has a miserable print quality. I don't know if you can even see that, but it is like miserably printed. I don't know if they're trying to go for a stylistic choice or whatever, but that just looks like crap. 1 million in launch sales. Thanks so much. I'm not going to send these out to anyone. These just look not like anything I want to send out to people. That one's really nice looking. Ooh, that one's great looking. The other thing I got here too is these Yakuza tattoo bands, and I can't really show these off super great without putting them on. So I guess I will put one on to show you kind of what they look like. But they're cheesy and they're really stupid, but I think they'd be really funny to wear while streaming. Like they're supposed to look like your actual like arm is tattooed, I guess. Does not match with my skin tone very well, and it's not tight enough to become more clear. But I mean, you can see my tattoo through it, so there is some level of transparency that they have. They have to make them durable too, so they can't make them too thin. Like a pantyhose, really. But I think it'll be fun to wear while I'm streaming Yakuza. So some of this part of the video might seem kind of weird because I edited the first part out, which gave some context to some of my ranting I was doing. But the thing is I was really mad at the Sega store for their pricing on stuff. And their pricing is terrible. And they have items that are terribly priced. However, the specific items I chose to purchase were better prices. So, I mean, really, I guess I was just refusing to pay for the really expensive stuff that was egregious ripoffs. Like, they had a cheesy bracelet made of plastic that they wanted, like, 60 to 100, one for 60, one for $100 for, that I just think is a big slap in the face to fans of the fandom. Really, there's deals to be had in there, things that are fair enough prices, but I really don't suggest going there and supporting them with your business, as awful as that is for me to say. Though, if you're obsessed with Sega stuff, like Sonic, I mean, there's so much Sonic stuff, there's so much Like a Dragon stuff, but like, I mean, things like, Kiryu, I don't think it was Kiryu, but it was a Yakuza character in teddy bear form. They wanted like $60 for, and it was like not even that big. And I had someone that wanted me to get it for him, and I said no because I'm not going to pay that. I feel like that's just really nasty. And I feel like Sega, especially since it's becoming so big in the West with certain IPs like what Atlas is doing, have just become jerks to their customers, and their store mirrors that in many, many ways. But again, there's deals to be had, and if you are obsessive with those fandoms, where else are you going to go to get high-quality stuff? Well, quality stuff. Speaking of quality stuff, I was going to buy something that I didn't buy, and I don't know if I fully regret it or not, but I have the ad for it. This is a Persona 3 Reload Evoker, and this lights up and it opens up and it does some lighted stuff in there. It has a magazine that I believe can be removed. You can pull the trigger. It's solid metal. It comes in this really, really awesome briefcase. Like, yeah, there's a picture of it like opened up. And actually, that just looks like it's painted red. I don't know if that's actually glowing or not. They didn't have it on display like that. It probably is glowing, though, because this piece turned red, too. And that piece does glow. I know that for a fact. And then here, yeah, this is the case that it came in. It came in a big metal C's briefcase. It came with the belt and the C's band, which is really, really cool. However, you can 3D print stuff pretty great now. This is my first time revealing this new piece of cosplay item that I have, but I 3D printed the C's Evoker myself, and I got to clean up because it's not actually completely done yet. I painted in the black there, and I got to do a bunch of cleanup on that, but this is what a 3D printed one looks like, and honestly, it's pretty based for a 3D print, and it cost me a lot less than the $700 US that set I showed you cost. Now, is it as perfect? Is it nice and metal? Does it have bolt action and a pull trigger? No, it does not. But it looks really great, and for cosplay purposes, it functions really well, especially when you can do this. Yes, I made mine glow. I actually have these magnetically put on tops there, and these 2 screw lights that I can plug in if I want to. So this cost me probably $5 to make and a little bit of time. It really wasn't anything. And the super big thing I got from the Sega store is a Persona pillow, or a demon pillow, rather. I was going to say not like the game Persona, but like the Persona, but no, not a Persona, a demon. And it's pretty big, and it's fluffy. It's also incredibly expensive, but I think it was like $50. But I still wanted it. It was super cool. And it'll look really good. I'm kind of building out the stream room still, so this will be a part of it. I got a Jack Frost cup. I forgot about this, too. It actually has a lot of detail to it. This I also think was like $40. I would have bought more. They had some really other cool Jack Frost cups that I really wanted to get, but they were also like $40. So I was like, nope, not going to pay $40 for a bunch of cups. It's crazy. All right, so the last big one that I have is JOJOWORLD. And I bought a shirt. A long sleeve shirt with our main character from Steel Ball Run about to come out. And these are pretty cool shirts. It is this like kind of vinyl on there, so I am a little concerned about how long this is going to last. But I will say the quality is really, really nice. They don't get any bigger than XL, and I'm not going to lie, this shirt in particular, while it does physically fit me, is not appealing to see myself in. So this is going to be one of my shirts for my weight loss journey as it continues. It'll be one of my rewards. I am very excited. But I did get this, and this does fit. I got a hoodie with Jotaro. It's very, very cool. Super, very, very cool. He's got Iggy. And again, this is actually one of the most high quality shirts I think I have like ever used ever. Like it's really nice. It's incredibly thick, but it also has this kind of stretch to it that I can't fully explain. The cuffs are really soft, but they're almost like a nice, like a hoodie, like a high quality hoodie. It's got really great stitching. I mean, you can even see like the fabric on the inside here kind of gives away some of the quality of this shirt. Like it's really, really, really something else. I could not be more excited with this shirt, and honestly, they were really fair priced. All the stuff in the store is priced very respectfully for the fandom. It was shocking. I would have thought of anything. This JoJo stuff would have been crazy expensive, but it wasn't. I think this big thick sweatshirt here that's really high quality was like $35. Can't show myself wearing it, but I got this incredibly, admittedly cheesy stone mask. I just had to have a stone mask. How could you, as a JoJo fan, not just get a stone mask? It was also super cheap, too. I think it was like 700 yen or something. It was like way less than I thought it would be. Again, not the best model of the stone mask, but it's just a fun little piece to have. I got these little plushies to hang out on my bag for Jotaro and Dio. They're super cute. They have really great stitching, and they're actually made really well. This is like a felt kind of a material. Oh, I didn't fold his hat back down. I gotta fix this hat. Well, anyway, they're really cool, and I really like them a lot. They have their bellies are detailed too. I just think they're really neat little items. These also were pretty cheap. Oh my god, I didn't realize that until now either. Wow. Okay, so I'm learning things here. I got this amazing headband with the Sex Pistols on it, and it is really cool. They all kind of sit on your head. See how you can see there's little butts in the air, which are really cool. But what I didn't know is you can actually remove them. Which is crazy. So I guess you can play with them too. I'll have to see if there's a JoJo meetup, because I feel like people at the JoJo meetup would just have the biggest kick of this. They would think it was hilarious. And they actually have adhesive on their hands and on their bellies, which makes them stick really, really good to this material. This is a fun little piece to have, actually. I really like that. Speaking of fun things, I got an Iggy. But this Iggy is special because he's got little clips, and you can clip him onto your shoulder, so he rides along on your shoulder with you everywhere you go. I couldn't also resist this. This is just too fun. A lot of stuff was gacha there. They had these really cool gacha pins, and I ended up with Cars, and I can't remember his name, even though he's a main character, and he had a great stand, and I should remember him. Too much stuff in my brain. But anyway, these pins are really great. They're super high quality. These big pins, I think, they were like 700 yen a piece. So these are actually super cheap too, as they should be. I mean, honestly, but they're really high quality. So props to them for not ripping their fandom off. I got a JOJOWORLD coin, which is pretty cool. And it looks really good. It's a solid metal coin. And I pulled Jotaro, which I couldn't believe I was that lucky to be able to pull that. That's just nuts. Because I work in a prison, I had to get the sticker that is the Green Dolphin Street Jail, Florida State Prison from JoJo. And it looks like there's actually another sticker in there, too, that I've never noticed until just right this second. Oh my god, it's the alligator! No way! I had no idea that was in there. That is freaking hilarious. Oh my god, that is amazing. So yeah, it was a 2-pack set, which is shocking because I think this is only like 300 yen. The Speedwagon Foundation patch, because why not? The Speedwagon Foundation's awesome, aren't they? Actually, at one point when I was watching the anime, it dawned, like it made me start thinking like, oh no, are they evil? But no, they're just awesome. In my gacha, I got 2 really great cards here. 2 of my favorite main protagonists, but I mean, aren't they all the best? They're really cool little shiny stickers with see-through backgrounds. Actually, they're not stickers, I don't think. I don't know. If they are stickers, I don't want to ruin them, but they're super cool regardless. I like having them in my collection. I got a lot more patches. I got to find something to put them on, but I got one of the Sex Pistols, number 5. I got Iggy, who I think farted and is wondering about it. I got Kira's stand, the second one, the remote stand. And I got the stone mask. Yay for stone masks. In the magnet world, I got this amazing JoJo World sticker, which I just think is great. It's got the Sex Pistols on it, and it's got Iggy, and it's got an orange. It's very cute. I pulled these really big, they're not exactly acrylics, but they're kind of acrylic-y like. We got Jonathan Joestar and Zeppeli. I got 3 hand-picked acrylic stands, and they are Jotaro Kujo, very good looking. Dio, and the Supreme Being. No, this is just cars prior to being the Supreme Being. One of the weirdest things I got is this. So this is a tape measure. You can take this bottom part and pull it out, and it's like a fabric. I just thought it was just too perfect. Too perfect for the character. Too perfect for the stand. This one was awesome. This was kind of more on the expensive side. I think it was like $18 for it, but it's really heavy, and it's made out of this really thick, durable, kind of like what those coasters are made out of, the thick rubber stuff, and the design's incredible. So as goofy as this is, I had to get it, and I was really excited to get this. Also, because I couldn't resist, I got Kira's tie. Admittedly, these things are horrible quality. Like the print on it is fantastic. The print looks amazing. The material is what kind of leaves a little bit to be desired. It's not much for a tie. It's like really thin and really badly cosplay. So super fun. It's fun to have a little tie for Kira. He's famous for his tie, right? So I got 2 of these cute little acrylics, and they're probably stickers. I have found that they make these in sticker form, so I would assume these are stickers, but these are some neat stands. I got this really high quality pin, and I pulled Joseph, like probably maybe my favorite. I know I do Jotaro, but Joseph's probably my favorite. He's my favorite JoJo part. He's in my favorite part. Battle Tendency is my favorite. It's got this whole metal sheen to it and stuff, and this is all raised, which I thought was really clever of them to do. And then the last thing I bought was the Gasha stickers, but I bought these in a pack, and it's all of them. It's like the whole collection in one shot, which is really cool. I'm showing you the close-up first so you can see the quality of them, but they're really neat stickers. They're actually really thick stickers, too. I got the whole set of them, and I like totally threw them out of order. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they're not. They're in order as they are. So I thought these were pretty cool. These were neato. For work, I got my a little badge holder, and of all the badge holders I've ever bought in Japan, this is probably the nicest feeling, highest quality one. I mean, look at this freaking clasp for one. It is absolutely beautiful. Yes, that's all metal. Literally has screws in it and everything. Like, it is just really, really well made. This even moves side to side. It's articulative. You know, I don't know. It's really, really high quality. This stuff is kind of like a fake pleather, but it's a really nice fake pleather. So I'm really looking forward to using this for my neck badge, because it's pretty great. And then to go along with it, this is a Golden Wind themed, by the way, if you're not familiar. I got a pen that came with it too. And a pin too, which I'll show the pin off, but it's going to be really hard to show the pin because it's tiny. But got this pin, and it matches the set. I will say the pen in particular, I haven't wrote with it yet, so it might have good ink, but it's kind of just a cheap pen. It's just a cheap plastic, like kind of gag pen. It's not a real serious pen. But if the ink's nice, it could be nice. Funnily enough, I cannot show the pin because I can't get it detached from what I attached it to. I put it onto my bag, and it won't let go. Here's the brochure for the JoJo World. It's kind of cool looking. And it has pretty much all the merch that was in there. We also went to the food store, and we got some stuff. They were out of these, which was a big bummer, and these, but we were able to get the Iggy drink here, and then we got the metal cup also, which I was really excited made it back because it was super, super thin aluminum. But it had a lot of neat little snacks and all sorts of fun stuff, and then you can see here for the prizes you can win in the gacha. Machines, there's like these events, experiences, as you will, that you can play. And you can win all sorts of fun stuff. But these are the original goods, the goods that you can only find in the store and nowhere else, I guess. And it looks like it was none of the items that I bought except for the ties. And they're only 1,800 yen, which really wasn't too bad for that. Like these, even the nice gold coins were 990. Oh, I got one of those. The pins were only 600 a piece. I mean, it's like crazy to look at the pricing on this stuff for JoJo when you look at what Sega charges for their stuff. But that's a whole nother thing. And most of that, I'm just kind of probably overly bitter about it. But that's what we got. That's pretty much the bulk of the merch that we got, other than some gifts from people and a couple odds and ends that I didn't cover. I'm not trying to flex here with this video. This video is just meant to show you what I got for fun. If you feel like I'm flexing, I'm sorry. I just wanted to put this video out before I put stuff away, and so I just showed it all off in one shot. If you like the content, hit thumbs up. If you don't, hit thumbs down. Subscribe to Yokoso Otaku for anime news, reviews, or gaming. Or don't. It's fine. I'm just having fun here. Catch you on the next one. Peace.